Now we have the next in our must have apps categories, and this week it's screen recorders. We covered voice recorders a few weeks ago. I think a few of our listeners will know what screen recorders do, but Warren, why might you want a screen recorder instead of just a standard voice recorder? What are they?
So, when we talk about screen recorders, we're talking about the ability to capture what is going on live on the screen, especially if you're touching an area or something of that nature. And in the same breath, be able to capture the sound that is coming from the phone if that's what you choose to do. Certain apps would let you record the audio that's coming from them, and certain apps will not let the screen recorder capture those sounds. But for those of us who are blind, especially, screen recorders are of great importance. And here's my reasoning as to why that is. You have a developer that has an app that has some accessibility issues, and you're reporting those issues to that person. It is important to point out the areas that you're having those issues with so they could see exactly where you're touching and therefore know exactly what's going on. Therefore, to be honest, screen recorders become very important when you're sending out a report or reporting something to a developer with an accessibility issue. So we should find which ones are the most important or easier to use screen recorders that capture exactly what we're trying to show the developer as to what we need fixed with his or her app. So screen recorders very important, and if you're a gamer, you could do that because you could capture that and also share it with people so people know what to do. Besides, some of them also can let you do live broadcasts, say on YouTube or Twitch or whatever platform it is. And so screen recorders have been with us for a while, and it's a shame that uh, natively some of the phones don't have that, and I think every phone should have a screen recorder.
So is it basically a video recorder for what's going on your phone?
It is a video recorder, but some will also allow you to do only audio if that's what you want.
How does it know where you're touching the screen? How does it show where you're touching the screen to the person? Do they see a pointer or something where you touch the screen? Do you know how that's represented to them?
Yes, because what happens when you're touching a screen, every time you touch a screen or touch a part of the screen, that place is highlighted. And so the focus is on that. And so that's how that shows. So, and hence the reason why I would say if you're going to be reporting something, make sure it's not something that you're typing in your username and password, because it's going to show what keys you're touching and all of that. So be careful when you're reporting something that involves you typing in username and passwords. I wouldn't do those when I'm doing a screen recorder.
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's recording a video, but it's not using your cameras. It's like the video equivalent of a screenshot, I suppose, where a screenshot is a still, and it will capture your screen as it changes. Is that effectively it?
Yeah. So it's a real time thing. So it's absolutely just like you're doing something real time, and it's when you touch any part of the screen, it shows. It's very fluid. And some would allow you to do that internal recording. So if I say, hey, I'm just going to capture the internal sound from blind Android users on YouTube, or particular clip on YouTube from blind Android users, and I don't want my talkback to be in there and I don't want my voice to be in there, then I could just choose internal recording. So think of it like maybe back in those days, you have like a cassette recorder with a radio, and you want to record something from that radio internal recording, so it's not capturing your voice. And yet, in the same breath, there are some that would allow you to record both at the same time simultaneously. And sometimes I find that doing that can sound a little bit echoey or whatever. I think that prime example would be, I'm trying to think which one that is, but I think maybe I can't remember that particular app, but yeah, I tried that. It just doesn't sound good. So if you're doing internal recording, just choose internal recording. But if you're doing a mic recording, then just choose the mic recording so that you can hear both your screen reader and your voice and whatever sound the speaker's playing as well.
I guess that would be useful for if you're talking someone through and saying, this bit works fine, this bit works fine, but it's when I get to this bit that something goes wrong, so that you're letting them know that you know where the problem is and you're not reporting something that should happen as a bug, for example.
You are correct. And also, it's a good tutorial. So if you have a friend and you're trying to show him or her how to use something that they're struggling with, so that most especially if they're blind, and so they're able to hear what you are doing, and if they can see, they can also see where you're touching things. And so I really like screen recorders. So to that effect, I have recorded a couple of these. I got the AZ recorder, and I have that screen recorder that I talked about. And that is coming from some developer called Signify Soft or something like that. It's such an embarrassment. I can't even pronounce the name of the developer.